Boulder, Colorado, Christmas Eve, 1996, the home of John, Patsy, and their two children, Burke and JonBenét Ramsey, was a tableau of holiday perfection. John was a successful businessman, the president of a computer company. Patsy, a former Miss West Virginia, was the quintessential beauty queen mom. And JonBenét, a 6-year-old child prodigy, a force of nature on the beauty pageant circuit, adored by her parents and known for her infectious, megawatt smile. On this night, after attending a Christmas party with friends, the family returned home. John carried a sleeping JonBenét to bed. It was a picture of a safe, happy, and prosperous American family. But in the dead of night, while the snow fell silently outside, the illusion would shatter into a million terrifying pieces. At dawn, Patsy Ramsey came downstairs, her heart sinking as she saw a 3-page letter on the staircase. It wasn't a Christmas card, it was a ransom note. And its contents were as bizarre as they were chilling. The author claimed to be from a small foreign faction and demanded a specific sum, exactly $118,000. It was an odd, precise figure, later revealed to be the amount of John Ramsey's Christmas bonus. The note was filled with melodramatic language warning the family not to contact police or talk to anyone. It even ended with a strangely affectionate sign-off: victory. The instructions were to be followed precisely, or JonBenét would be beheaded. For the Ramseys, this was a terrifying wake-up call, but for the police it was the first piece of a puzzle that simply did not fit. Believing they were dealing with a kidnapping, the Boulder Police Department made a series of catastrophic mistakes. The house was not secured. Relatives and family friends were allowed to enter, move freely, and touch items, contaminating what would later be identified as a crucial crime scene. The hours dragged on with no word from the supposed kidnappers. In the afternoon, a detective, without proper instruction, told John Ramsey to search the house. That's when John ventured into the dark, dusty basement, into a small, windowless wine cellar room. There, partially hidden under a white blanket, he made a discovery that would forever change his life and the course of the investigation. The tiny body of JonBenét Ramsey was found with a piece of duct tape covering her mouth, her wrists bound above her head with a white nylon cord. But the most horrifying detail was a homemade garrote, a tightening device, fashioned from a broken paintbrush and a piece of the same nylon cord tied tightly around her neck. The paintbrush was later identified as belonging to Patsy Ramsey. The autopsy report revealed even more gruesome details: a severe blow to the head, a skull fracture, and evidence of sexual assault. Also found in her digestive system was pineapple, a fruit her parents claimed she hadn't eaten the night before. This combination of physical evidence, both foreign and familiar, created a web of confusion and contradiction. The death of a 6-year-old girl in her own home sent shockwaves across the country. JonBenét wasn't just any child. She had been a rising star in child beauty pageants. Her glamorous photographs became tabloid sensations. Overnight, America had a new obsession, and a new mystery. With no signs of forced entry, no footprints in the pristine snow, and the bizarre nature of the ransom note, the Boulder police focused their suspicions on the family. The note itself was a major red flag. It was written with a pen and pad from the Ramsey house. A handwriting expert, while not able to definitively confirm Patsy as the writer, could not rule her out. Patsy's dramatic demeanor during the 911 call, and the Ramseys' initial reluctance to submit to a formal interview, further fueled suspicion. Investigators began to theorize that the ransom note was not written to cover a kidnapping, but a homicide. They questioned if a fatal accident had occurred and the note was created to misdirect police, a theory that would haunt the Ramseys for years. Theories began to swirl. Some believed an intruder had entered the home, others suspected someone inside the house. The ransom note, written on paper from inside the Ramsey home, only deepened the mystery. But a counter-theory, and a powerful one at that, emerged. The intruder theory. A window in the basement was found to be unlocked and ajar, with a suitcase positioned below it. Most importantly, investigators found unidentified male DNA on JonBenét's underwear and under her fingernails. It was not a perfect match, but it was a distinct foreign male DNA profile. It did not belong to John, Burke, or any other member of the Ramsey family. In 2008, armed with new DNA testing technology, the Boulder District Attorney would formally exonerate the family, concluding that the DNA evidence was compelling enough to clear them, but the identity of the person who left it there remains a profound mystery. Was it a random intruder, or a perpetrator who simply contaminated the crime scene? The Ramseys denied any involvement, but investigators weren't convinced. They pointed to inconsistencies in their stories. Patsy's frantic 911 call was analyzed. John's discovery of the body was questioned. Then there was Burke, JonBenet's 9-year-old brother. Could a child have been involved? Over the years, investigators encountered false confessions and dead-end leads. In 2006, a man named John Mark Carr confessed to the murder, but his DNA didn't match. Countless theories surfaced. A pageant stalker, a revenge attack, a disgruntled housekeeper. Yet nothing stuck. The grand jury in 1999 voted to indict the Ramseys on charges of child abuse resulting in death. But the district attorney at the time did not pursue the case, leaving the indictment a secret for years. The case of JonBenét Ramsey is a tapestry of tangled threads. A child's life was stolen, a family was forever stained by suspicion, and the police department was criticized for its handling of the investigation. The ransom note, the garrote, the pineapple, the DNA, each piece of evidence points in a different direction, yet none provide a conclusive answer. Today the case remains officially unsolved, a haunting paradox of a beautiful life, a brutal crime, and a mystery that continues to defy all attempts at resolution. Patsy Ramsey died in 2006, never seeing her daughter's killer brought to justice. John Ramsey has continued to fight for answers. Burke lives a private life. And JonBenet's memory lives on, not just as a child beauty queen but as a reminder that even in our own homes darkness can lurk.